Hello everyone, my name is Grace. I'm 18 years old. I'm a senior in high school. I'm so excited to start this journey with you all. I'm starting this channel as a space to go to God together, to dive deep into the Bible, and whether you're a new at faith, a lifelong believer in Christ, or just curious, I hope that this channel welcomes you. This is all about diving into our belief, sharing, and supporting one another. So I'll give you a little about me. Um, I love to journal. I finished this book, and I'm starting with this one now. I'm like halfway there. Um, I think last year I started reading my Bible. I started reading a chapter a day. Right now I'm in Deuteronomy 11, and my plan for this channel is to start in the beginning, obviously. I wanted to start in Genesis and then working our way through there. And I wanted to make it fun because I know as a teenager, believing in Christ, sometimes it's hard and sometimes we don't know how to start or where to begin. I felt the exact same way. And then one day randomly, I was just like, okay, so being ready is not going to be a feeling, it's going to be a decision. And I took that decision and I started reading. And it's been fun. It's actually fun reading the Bible, like, I can't lie. Like, there's tea in there. But, yeah, I just wanted to make it fun for you guys. And, I'm Haitian. I speak 3 different languages. I speak Haitian.
How?
Wait.
Hold
Ooh.
on.
I speak Creole, French, and English. And I'm in class for Spanish. A while ago, I watched this movie called War Room, and I started having my prayer wall. So if you've ever spoken to me about anything you're going through, trust me, your name is on there. I'm just like everybody else. I'm a sinner. The hardest thing, the hardest sin I had to get over was lust. Yeah. One day I just really like sat down with myself and was like, what's the purpose? Like, why do I keep falling into that sin if the aftermath of it is me feeling shame and just, it's just temporary pleasure. And I just, after countless false promises to God, I just was like, okay, I'm done. I want to take you serious. And I did. And back in when COVID happened, when my mom and my brother was working hard to provide for me, I was just at home and I guess I was bored, but I just felt really lonely. Like, I felt like there was a part of myself I felt like a part of myself was missing. Like, I felt like there was a hole in my heart missing. Like, I felt like I was missing something in life. And I don't know if I was making that up, or I don't know if it was just me wanting to do something with my life. I don't know. But I just remember, like, I just remember feeling like my life was in third person. Like, even after the pandemic, like, I just felt like I wasn't paying attention to details enough. I felt like happiness was temporary. I felt like everything was happening so quick. I felt like I wasn't in control of my life. I don't know why. And I just thought like any teenager, well, back then, every teenager was having a boyfriend or a girlfriend, just in a relationship. So I thought that maybe that hole that I needed to fill was gonna complete me by having a relationship. So I got into a relationship. It was good at first, but then I guess we were still kids and I was still learning. I guess I wanted more than the bare minimum. Like, just little stuff like holding hands and stuff like that. Like communication, because I love deep talks. Like, I really love deep talks. And yeah, I felt like I was mentally drained. Because like, we couldn't communicate properly with each other. And I felt like we were, okay, so my mom is a believer in Christ. Like, I grew up going to the church, but I never really lived as a Christian. So I was lukewarm. And I just remember that like me and him were like making each other like okay, because we both believe in Christ, but I felt like we were pulling away from God, if that made sense. Like us being together was pulling each other away from being with God. And we didn't know any better. And then I just remember one day crying to God saying, God, if this relationship isn't for me, let me see a yellow car. And I remember going to church and I was looking out the window and I saw a yellow car. So when I got home, I was bawling my eyes out. And I just remember texting that breakup text. And the person didn't really seem like they cared that much. And it was fun because like I felt like the relationship was needed to happen. It was a lesson learned. And then after that, after school, I used to go to this place where it's very beautiful. There's like multiple trees, and then there's like this beautiful view of like a lake, or I don't know what they call it, but lake, river, I don't know. But sorry. But and then there was beautiful buildings, very colorful, and then the sky is always beautiful. Like there used to be sunsets. It was very cloudy. It was just beautiful. Like I loved going there after school. Like it was my comfort place. And I just remember going there. I was bawling my eyes out under that tree. I bet I looked crazy. Like people was passing by with their dogs. Like yeah, and like I'm not really a vulnerable person. Well, I am, but like I'm selective on who I share myself to. And I don't know, I guess cuz like back then most of my friends like would like I was kind of like the listener in my friend group, if that made sense. Like I always listened and not really the talker. And which was my fault cuz like I'm pretty sure they probably did care about what I'm going through, you know? But like I'm somebody that's like, if you're telling me what's on your plate, I don't like I don't think it'd be fair for me to add more into your plate. Like I know you're just listening, but like I don't know, sometimes I could tell when somebody just wants somebody to listen to them. So I would do most of the listening and just like, you know, like oh, something else about me is that I don't like asking for help. I think that was my problem. So on top of struggling with being vulnerable, I didn't like asking for help. So it was kind of like, you know, but yeah, I was kind of like the therapist of like any friends I had, which was fine. Like I like helping people. And well, okay, where am I going here? So yeah, I used to go into that tree. I used to pray to God, just talk to him, and just like yeah. And then one day I started talking to this boy. And I just remember asking God, like, I don't want to feel drained anymore. Like, I know I've always wanted to have a relationship, you know, have those movie-like romance, but I'm fine with just it being me and you. Like, you know, like, I don't want to keep going through, like, breakups after breakups after breakups, which I have in the past, which is why, like, after that one relationship, I was just like, okay, I can't take it no more. Like, I don't want more. Like, thank you. You know, because, like, we were still kids. I feel like, if you know, sometimes girls are more Well, I feel like girls are more emotionally, like, matured than boys at a certain age. And I felt like that was what I was going through. Like, I don't know why I wanted a serious relationship in high school, but that's what I wanted. And you know, you gotta have the experience before having that serious relationship. And I guess I didn't really understand that back then. I thought it was all rainbows and sunshines. But yeah, I remember just going to God first in that specific relationship. And yeah, we started talking. We talked for 3 months, and then sorry, it's my dog, Daisy. But yeah, and at first it wasn't, I would say at first it wasn't really Christ-like, which was my fault, because you can't ask God for something and then forget about God when you get that thing you said or asked for, if that makes sense. So yeah, and then I remember we were like a year into that relationship, and then one day I just decided, okay, I want to take God seriously. So there's things in my life and in our relationship that I want to let go of. And he agreed with me.
He's a good man, Savannah.
But yeah, I think it was with him that I noticed that I wasn't going to be completed. I wasn't going to be completed by a relationship, but I was going to be completed with God, right? He kind of like led me to understand that, because we were going through all these right, like normal relationship stuff, like arguing and stuff like that, and I guess I hit a point where like being frustrated at him wasn't enough, or wasn't fixing it automatically. So I just started going to God about it, Instead of going to him, I went to God about it. I started praying for him. I started praying for me, because like I noticed a lot about me, if that made sense. Like a lot of things that I need to let go of, and just like in order for the relationship to become better. And yeah, I was willing to surrender a lot of stuff about myself in order to be that woman. And I was praying for him to become that man of God. And what else? Okay, what's going on in my current life? But this week has been very overwhelming, and again, I learned something else about myself. In stressful times, I love, like, the thing about me is, like, if you're telling me what you're going through, I'll give you good advice. But then when I'm going through something, it's kind of hard to give myself that good advice. Like, it's hard to implement what I'm telling people. And that's something I need to fix about myself, because like I can't say like, oh, God is healer, God is a provider, but when I'm going through something hard or something I need help of, I'm like, I don't think God could fix that one.
What?
That's like I'm putting God in a box of what he can and cannot do, and that's not fair, because like in order, like, I can't keep having the faith of a mustard. I can't keep having the faith of a mustard seed forever. Like, I need to be able to grow and know that, like, yeah, God is a healer, God is a provider, because there's things in there's areas in my life where he has shown me that he's a healer and he's a provider. And yeah, so that's something I need to understand. And because like you can't be in a parked car and expect God to steer you, if that makes sense. So yeah. And 2 weeks ago, I ended my friendship with my best friend. My last words to her wasn't really Christ-like. I was very frustrated. I said "freak you," and I never even said that word before, and like, I don't know. Oh, I don't really curse like that anymore, because I wanted to let go of that, and I still struggle here and there, but it's not as bad as it used to be. But yeah, I think me and her just kind of like outgrew each other. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say about it, because it's still a sensitive topic for me. So yeah, but no hate towards her. Like, I still love her. Like, I don't know, I felt like, I don't think she's gonna agree on this, but like, I feel like I understood her more than she understood me. Like, she didn't have to explain herself for me to understand what she was going through. Cause like, I understood that she was just lost. Like, I guess cause like there was a point in my life where I also felt lost. And like maybe it wasn't as bad as it was for her, but I still understood it, if that makes sense. Like, oh, and something else is like, you don't have to go through everything to understand, if that makes sense. Sometimes you could learn just by seeing other people's experience. Yeah. So, yeah. I think that's it. I think that's about me. Hopefully you could learn a bit about me. So yeah, I'm a sinner trying to surrender my fleshy desires, my want in life for Christ's plan, which I don't think the Bible is a set of rules, sin, don't do this and that. But I think it's a story about someone that just walked humbly in love, patience, forgiveness. It's like, he's like a role model to me, if that makes sense. Yeah. Like, to me, it feels like getting a relationship with Christ is kind of like teaching you how to be a better person. And for me, the things that the world is making so normal, like intercourse and drinking, partying, cursing, being vulgar, fighting, things like that, like, or substance, or, you know, things like that, like, it's not like I did all of them, but like, it's not really fulfilling. Like, I've always wanted more in life. Like, I've always or something else about me is like, I've always asked, like, what's my purpose here? Like, why am I here, you know? And like, I felt like I found my purpose in Christ. Like, going to church, like, where I was actually starting to learn, like, I felt at home. Like, I was actually learning. Like I started feeling like my life felt like it had a plan, you know? Like, it's good to be able to, like, cry at a place and everybody else is crying with you, you know? We're so different, yet we have the same goal. And, yeah, it's just, like, about surrendering things that are not good for you, you know? I don't know. I don't really know how to make believing in God sound so, you know? Because, like, believing in Him doesn't mean that it's going to be all sunshine and rainbows, that you're not going to go through things. Yes, you will go through things. And it's kind of like, it's teaching you something, if that makes sense. Like the Bible verse that says, you may not understand it now, but later on you will. It's kind of like, it's kind of like having a kid. And obviously they have to go through things in order to mature and to be a certain way, if that makes sense. But it's not further, like, you're not doing it to wrong them or to make them, like, obey. You know, it's just further. It's just in their benefit, if that makes sense. I don't really know how to explain this. Like, it's all for, I don't know. Yeah. I hope you understood what I was trying to say. Thank you so much for listening to me. Oh, homework. So, homework is, you have to read Genesis 1 and 2, and then on the second video we'll talk about it, and then I'll read Genesis 3 together. And then, yeah. I care for you, but God cares for you way more. See you next time. Bye-bye.